All right. Well, we have S4 versus iceiceice.
Yep.
Beast of the East
Beast of the East
meets
Best of the West.
meets Best of the West. Right.
We've got a S4, son of Magnus. That's actually his last name, Magnusson. So how can he lose this matchup?
Whoa. I wonder if he picked it or if iceiceice did. I assume he picked it.
He has to. He's the son of Magnus.
He plays Magnus.
And
quite often.
iceiceice is known for that axe, right? They picked it, I believe, right?
Mm.
LD, back me up. They picked it in the group stage once. Didn't they pick axe?
Zenith?
Like
Zenith's
last
played
year.
X before,
Yeah.
So this will be probably less exciting the matchup just because we haven't seen Axe vs Axe, and that's going to be really exciting. I'm looking forward to
I
that.
can't wait for that one.
But This
I've
one,
already
this one should be pretty good too. I think melee versus melee is generally more interesting to watch.
skewer versus skewer.
I know. Counter skewer.
Counter skewer.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like a teeter totter.
All right. Well, on the Radiant side, we have S4 of Team Alliance. Let's check out his build. He has started off with a triple branch into Tango Salve, so kind of like a bottle rush, but not really. And
A little more safe.
on the dire side, we have Ice of Team Zenith.
He just
with
named himself
the more
Icy.
traditional build. Okay, so getting used to the smooth drag thing, so bear with me. Ooh, yeah, the camera speed didn't go down. Hold on a second, let me try on. Camera speed. Okay.
Okay. So
William,
let's
this
see-
is when you're supposed to talk.
Oh, is this?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm really bad at filling dead air, especially when you put me on the spot.
So both of them are blocking right now. Looks like both of them have a fairly even block. I will bring out the CS chart right now. And looks like Icy actually has a slightly better block in terms of creep positioning, but
Oh, he gets
S4
snowballed too.
Oh, dang. That taunt. But S4 actually blocked the range creep so that it went out in front. So I think the wave will be pulled back. But actually, in the melee versus melee matchup, it doesn't matter so much because you can't miss.
Yo, and he gets
Oh, the
skewered level-
skewer! But
And
he does
S4
have a
went
salve
for
for
empower.
this. Yeah, he has a salve for this, so I don't think it's that big a deal because he can't actually cancel it with Shockwave right now in case he wanted to. But iceiceice coming out way ahead, 3-1 right now, and forcing some early regen out of S4. Is this early empower build going to pay off? Does not look like it this far.
Yeah, he's actually going for the early empower to try to out CS him, but iceiceice using that early aggression, forcing him out of the lane, and when you pop that salve, it takes you out of the lane for so long. You kind of just have to sit outside, looking in, and S4. Oh, he gets snowballed again.
Oh, dang,
Those
that's hot.
banner snowballs.
What?
Oh, and he
Icy!
gets-
Whoa, he's skewering away from the creeps. Oh my god, he's clicking him at the tower. He gets a shockwave, and S4 is really, really low. He is out of regen
He's
right
not close
now.
to his bottle either, and that's the
Wow,
big thing, because
what?
iceiceice has his.
Yeah, this is really scary for S4 right now. Like, one level 2 shockwave can kill him at this point. Maybe not after this full, but Icy already has his bottle right now. There's an illusion rune on top. I believe neither team is aware of it, but S4, what do you do right now? Looks like he's going to salve up. He is 130 gold away from his bottle right now, but Icy is a huge advantage right now.
The thing about going for this build, when you go for this empower, is that you can't get your skewer until like 4. Because if you do it early, then your shockwave does nothing.
Yeah, it's generally not that big of a deal unless you use Skewer as well as iceiceice has been. And he will pick up the 2-minute or the 0-minute rune, but there will be no 2-minute rune that spawns, and he will go ahead and use it. So who needs Empower when you have illusion runes?
Yeah, but at the same time, somehow S4 is actually CSing really well.
Yeah.
He's got 8 CS right
Yeah,
now.
they're even in CS.
iceiceice is 7.
iceiceice has not had to spend any more money on Regen, though. He only bought 1 set of Tangos, and that's sufficient for him.
And he's still got 2 left.
Whereas S4 has had to use 1 full set of Tangos as well as 2 cells. So slightly falling behind in
Look
that
at these
moment.
illusions.
Wow, these illusions.
They just done like
Icy is
200
outplaying
damage.
S4 at the moment, and although he's not too far ahead in CS, only one more combined last hit in tonight, and he's actually behind last hit, not after that shockwave. So checking out experience right now, we see 4.5 on Icy and about 4.25 for S4.
Are you just going to refer to him as Icy?
Icy, oh, that's his name in the game.
It's iceiceice, man.
Ice.
And actually, S4's out of mana, and he's got a really, really slow curry. Oh no, he's actually left 1 bottle charge on the walking chicken because he realizes it's going to be so slow.
Dude, that chicken is absurdly slow if you don't upgrade it. Why didn't he just upgrade Bottle Crow, though? Well,
I think
like,
he should have at this
he
point.
has
'cause
money
he's got the
for
money.
it. Right. And like another rune's not going to spawn for, so he could have probably Bottle Crowed or like refilled his bottle twice.
Iceiceice,
before the
actually,
4
he's
minute.
going to up his courier, doing the smart thing. For a second there, I thought he was going to walking courier the empty bottle back.
Oh, there goes the skewer. Oh, look at that skewer. He actually pushes him down.
One more click would have done it.
but he doesn't actually. That was a very nice skewer by Icy. He like positioned him right here so that he got blocked and was able to get a few amount of right clicks from the body blocking, but unfortunately wasn't able to pick up the kill. S4, even without the bot, I still think he would have lived here at probably 60 HP, and Icy is not able to click him down, especially with that 5 base armor down. So
All right,
4
next
minute
rune, here we
is
go.
about to spawn. This is a big deal. If he gets a haste, he could just
Oh, and
potentially
he gets
kill.
a regen, which is
Wow, this is...
that's actually like the best rune you can get here.
That
Minus-
is-
if
yeah.
he had gotten a haste, he might have been able
The
to get a
tides
kill.
have turned. Icy, with his shenanigans, was able to put out a lot of pressure on S4, but with a lot of regen and a slight bit of rune luck, looks like S4 has a pretty big lead. He has 3 more last hits, and experience-wise, he's behind about half a level, but with his regeneration rune, he should be able to come back quite easily.
Yes, and actually,
Another
iceiceice
bottle
going
crow.
for that aggression build, not picking up a single level of power.
He's
whereas,
actually getting level 2 skewer. I'm surprised.
yeah, S4 is just going for the last hits, picking up that early level of empower, able to force out the lane, check the creeps, and actually
So what do you actually do if you're Icy at this point? Do you just try and
you have
mirror
to
him
all
in
in
bottles?
and get a kill on.
How do you all in though?
You
Like if you
skewer-
skewer him,
you
he just
skewer
skewer him
RP.
back. Oh, skewer RP.
You have to get a skewer RP.
He
at the
needs the
tower.
mana for it though. He needs mana for skewer RP and shockwave. That is combined 370 mana, and that's like his whole entire mana pool. So he won't be able to wear him down with shockwaves.
Nope, and this
Maybe
matchup
if
just
he gets
kinda-
a rune, he can all in.
Yeah, if he gets a rune, or if he just somehow gets lucky, if S4 steps up a little too close, and he gets skewered backwards.
So Icy actually invested in some observer rewards at this point, bottling Crow yet again, but it should return in time for the 6-minute rune. And I think that S4 might still have rune control. If you notice that someone has observer rewards, you just sit on the rune, and 50-50 is way better than like not knowing where it is and trying to contest it when they have observer rewards and you don't. So S4 actually, I think a stout shield would do pretty well in this matchup too, just because you tend to tank a lot of creeps.
Yeah, especially since you're forcing out the creep wave so quickly with shockwave. That whoever is in that position, they're going to take a lot of damage like S4 is right now. But he does have 2 more bottle ticks. And he's actually got RP now. He's level 6. So does iceiceice. He does have RP as well, but he doesn't have the mana for it.
Yeah, doesn't have mana for it. But there is a bottle, and 6-minute rune is going to spawn in about 5 seconds time. Is S4 going to go aggressively on him, though? I think he could skewer him in the tower, and he wouldn't have enough mana to skewer out, but just barely misses that opportunity. 6-minute rune is spawning, and it will go in Icy's favor.
Yeah,
Spawning
and it's a
bottom,
DD
check it
rune
out,
too.
DD. So he could all in, as you said. He's not that far
No,
behind
he's
at
actually,
this point.
with this rune, I think he has a bit of an advantage now, too.
So we see Belt of Giant Strength Con from Magnus. Looks like an early power trend instead of the typical arcane build that we see in competitive.
Yep. And once he hits level 7, I think he has enough damage to actually kill S4. With the DD rune,
Oh, there's DD. It is used, and it looks like he will just zone him out. But the creep waves will go into his
he's
tower.
popping his bottle, he's going uphill, and
Oh,
maybe
does he have
goes
his
for the
stress
skill
already?
RP here.
He does? Oh, no, he just refilled his bottle.
And he's actually going really aggressively.
Wow, going in deep. Wow.
This is the shockwave, though, and he won't have enough mana
if
for
he
the
had
RP
one
to come
empowered,
back.
he could clear this creep wave very easily, but he does not. So he's forced to run around in circles, wait for the shock wave, and he will get S4 as well as the creeps, but S4 will be able to go back to the tower. Or is he? Oh,
He
Icy
misses the shock wave.
narrowly dodges it, but he does not have enough mana for any sort of combo right now, though.
There's something really relaxing about watching, like,
Wow, he didn't. He's doing the 1 bottle charge left on the chicken. What's relaxing?
watching, like, cow thingies, like, just kind of fire, like, shockwaves at each other. Like, back and forth. I'm actually, like, really enjoying this for some reason.
I like S4's build a lot better. I think that 1 point in power gives you much more than a 2nd point in skewer. I mean, the range is 200 range difference. It's not that big. The max target doesn't matter because there's not going to be more than 1 hero.
But if
unless it's
iceiceice
illusions.
can skewer him into his tower, then it's going to be a lot harder for S4 to get out of a bad position.
Yeah, I mean, he can just skewer back out, though, unless he gets RP off in time. I mean, you have to be really, really fast with that, though. I think with the turn radius, you might not be able to get it off in time. But looks like CS-wise, they are almost dead even. 32 last hits for both of them. Just 3 more denies for Icy. 8-minute rune going to spawn in about 10 seconds time again. S4 does not have vision of either rune. He's going to have to do some guesswork.
And actually, forcing out the waves, both of them, and here's the race. And
Oh,
iceiceice going to just all in for this top rune, and he's going to get it too.
Wow, I mean, S4, like, he like went for it, and then he decided to turn around. I'm not exactly sure
Yeah, didn't he see
why
the,
he did that.
Didn't he see the wards? He has to know that iceiceice
I think he
has
knows
wards.
that he has wards. I don't think that Icy could have killed him at that point. Maybe with like a really, really nice RP skewer back up the hill, but even then, like, I don't think that he could have killed him.
Yeah,
But
and actually, S4, he opts to pick up treads, and this is where the matchup gets a little wonky, as iceiceice gets arcane boots, and with arcane boots, you have infinite shock.
yeah, I
waves.
think that arcane boots is better in this. I mean, they cost pretty much the same amount of gold,
Yeah.
only 50 gold difference, and you can just constantly push out the wave, check runes, and you will have enough mana for your RP skewer double or RP skewer shockwave. Oh,
and
there's
he's
skewer
gonna
in.
go for it.
Oh, there's a first blood. Wow, with that observer ward. What an observer ward. That 75 gold really paying off for Icy right there. And S4 not actually calling a GG.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if he had enough mana, but he was definitely caught off guard by that.
Yeah, he definitely didn't know that was gonna happen. And
Yeah.
he had enough mana for that just because he has the arcane boots, whereas S4 can't do stuff like that. If S4 uses a shockwave and he has no bottle charges, then essentially he can't just spam shockwave for CS like iceiceice
So
can.
the question is, what is S4 going to do now? Icy doesn't actually have enough mana right now, so if he TBs in and gets a skewer shockwave, Icy could potentially die at this point if he uses
But
uses
he's not
90
gonna do
mana
that.
on this
I don't
cube.
think he has the money for it.
Right. Yep. He just bought his shreds. He does have a salve in his inventory now, but he is way behind Icy at this point. Icy is 12 last hits ahead, and not to mention that first blood. So he's like being.
And the tower's being beat on as well. The
Yeah.
big thing here is because of the reduced damage that reverse polarity gives you. I think if iceiceice just builds to tank at this point, he'll be quite a bit ahead. Just going for the arcane boots, you're able to shockwave all the creep.
Oh, he's going for
constantly.
next.
Yeah, and I think this is the right decision though, just because you need to get tanky enough to survive the RP shockwave skewer combo, and then after that, what happens?
Yeah, I mean, S4 is tanky enough because he has the power dress, and Icy with the magic wand as well as his headdress, I think he can survive the amount of burst, and he can push very effectively with.
Oh, he's gonna go for. He's gonna get this rune too, because he's got 4
Oh,
levels
he's
of
using.
skewer.
He has the chicken to scout for him, but Magnus, or I guess S4, he knows the rune's there, so he knows that he has it, but he actually picks up another set of observer wards, and this time opts toward bottom rune instead of top.
Don't stack it, man.
Don't stag it.
Because the top rune was still alive for quite some time, but look at this. S4 is only at 194 mana, and they've traded equal shockwaves, and iceiceice has 509 left.
So I think that iceiceice can just kill him at this point if he like runs up to skewer and then skewers him back into a very dangerous position.
Or he just spams shockwave repeatedly.
Or just, yeah,
'cause
that,
he can't
that works
trade.
too. He can bottle crow at this point. I think that's what he's trying to do. I see the chicken flying out. Doesn't have anything on it. It has a magic wand as well as a circlet on there, but he really needs to top his HP off so he doesn't die. Oh, there's a haste rune being popped. I see chasing him right now. Is he going to drop the RP? He does not
I think
do
he was
anything.
trying to bait it out.
He
An
drops
RP
his
from,
bottle.
S4. Yeah, he's trying to bait S4
What a
and
bait.
doing some crazy stuff.
Man, what a taunter. Icy is such a troll. Is he going to go for the tower? He has observer ward, so he knows that he sees a vision. This vision is really far, by the way. He has 48 damage left on the tower, and looks like S4 may get denied. Yep, yes he will.
God, I love iceiceice. First with the snowball.
Oh, there he is. Oh, there's the RP. He gets a shockwave off first. Is he going to skewer
He's
him
got the
back?
longer
There
skewer
it
range,
is.
too.
He has enough mana for one more shockwave. Is he going to connect, though? And S4 desperately trying to right-click him down to death, but not able to do that. That is a GG call. 11-minute GG. Ice completely outplayed S4 there.
I think the big thing, too, was just the level 1, the shenanigans with the skewer, getting as much damage as he could. That actually kind of evened out the game. S4 somehow, well, not somehow, but he had Empower, so he was going to CS a little bit better, and the game kind of evens
S4 even
out.
got that regeneration
Yeah,
rune.
but then what screwed him was that he decided to go for treads, I think, and that was the wrong decision. Because you have a little bit more HP to live, but if you're being constantly shockwave back,
Yeah, I mean, your right click does like not really that much damage. 30% damage increase to your right click is almost nothing compared to the amount of
Yeah, it's
damage that
negligible.
shockwave does. Yeah, it is very negligible. I mean, it does help you survive the burst, but not when like one shockwave will negate the strength gain from power treads, and he couldn't keep his regen up. He even had a flask. He was constantly bottle crowing, but just unable to pull this one out. So iceiceice, I'm very impressed by his Magnus on Magnus play.
that was pretty neat.
That Rhino on Rhino action.
I thought it was going to be a more passive game with a lot more just people CSing with shockwave.
And Empower.
Yeah, but it was so aggressive.
Yeah,
just from the get-go.
Ice was so aggressive, and that first blood was definitely the deal breaker.
Yeah.
That was a very nice play from Ice. Observer wards up the hill, even important in melee versus melee matchups. He found a very small window of opportunity and was able to capitalize on
And
it.
Ice definitely picked the axe because he just in this chat he said, "Axe, it's like gambling. Let's spin."
It is gambling. 17% chance who's going to spin their way to victory. So we'll be right back after a short break to Game 2 of the TI3 Solo Championship. We have Ice versus S4. Looks like they will swap sides, so S4 will be on Dire side this time. It will be Axe. So we'll be right back in a few moments.